Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So this is my new setup. Please let me know if this is better. Originally I was filming on my kitchen table and I just didn't feel like, as convenient as it was to have the window in front of me, it wasn't the most prettiest background. This is my bedroom, so hopefully you will like it. I've just woken up and I wanted to show you my skin. And I don't know if you can see because I'm just filming on my computer until I can get a new camera, but I have a lot of blemishes and discoloration and stuff like that because I have suffered from sort of cystic acne / hormonal acne for about 3-4 months now, and it's only just gotten better, and that's because my hormones have kind of like settled down too. But also I think it's my new skincare routine, which I will be posting a video about because it's something that I've never done before, and yeah, I don't see myself going back either. So I'm really excited to share that with you. So I thought I would do a sort of like at home makeup look that I do on a daily basis, and this also applies to when I go to work. Obviously I'm wearing a mask and all that stuff, so you don't really see much, but I definitely love getting ready in the morning. So the first thing I use are my eyebrow pencils. I normally use the e.l.f., I think it's the medium brown one. It's the only eyebrow pencil I believe they have. It's super cheap. But I do have an Anastasia medium brown that I also like, which is obviously more expensive. So I will just fill in my eyebrows, and I hope you guys will be able to see. I've got the weirdest setup at the moment, and I hope this kind of works out for me until I get like a tripod and all that stuff. So maybe the lights will go on and off, but I have like this mirror and I've got it like angled like this on this step stool. So here we go. Maybe I'll just hold it up when I need to get in. So I just basically give it a little bit more shape to my eyebrows. There's some sparse areas, and one of them is more round compared to the other. So I just kind of fill in those details. It's nothing too crazy. As I said, I'm not looking for like a complete done up look. So, yeah, just kind of brush through, like very gentle strokes, and fill in those little gaps. Definitely like my eyebrows when they're more straight. So yeah, and then I'll just go through with the wand and I'll brush them up like that. And I do like the fluffy look, but not to the point where it's like eyelashes coming through. It just doesn't suit me. Like, I'm sure it can suit like other people, but it's just not my thing. I can't do it. And I go in with this, and honestly, you can do without, but it's the Maybelline Brow Drama. It's the Sculpting Brow Mascara, and I've got it in a colour called Soft Brown, and I could just use a clear one, but I do it to kind of set my eyebrows in place. It does give a little bit of colour, but my eyebrow hairs are quite dense as is, so I don't really think it fills in too much at all. I just got the soft brown because if it does pick up on my hairs, because my hair is sort of like balayaged right now, it adds a little bit more softness, and yeah, I can get that sort of like a little bit more of a fluffier look without it being like too excessive. Okay, so then I go in with my favourite concealer at the moment, which is the YSL All Hours Concealer, and I've got mine in the shade 2, which I'm really surprised about because it is shades lighter than I think I would have normally gone for, but when I was in Sephora months ago, this is the color they said would be really good for my under eyes, and I love it. And the thing with this is you don't need a setting powder. Never really used a setting powder before or needed one, but this one I think has the technology where it sets for you. And also I realized that if I leave it on for like 30 seconds or so, it just does better versus like trying to like blend it in straight away. So and I use like a beauty blender. This is the Sephora blender. It's like a mini one. It came in like a Christmas pack that I bought for myself. And I've just been using this because I have it on hand and I haven't bought the beauty blender. But I've used it with a double-sided brush that I bought, thinking that that's what will be really nice for me to use, but it just, I don't know, I can't use it. It doesn't like blend as beautifully as this one. So I hope you can tell like how much that has like really opened my eyes up. And a step that I forgot, because this is something I've added new to my routine, is the Liquid Silk Canvas Primer by Tatcha. And I can still do it because I don't do it under my eyes anymore. But I love this. I used to have that mini canvas one in the sort of like compact, and it was okay, but I felt like I was slipping and sliding a little bit with it. It was like very smoothing, but I didn't like it as much. And then I went to go buy the YSL blurring primer, or not blurring primer, but it's the one with the silver specks, and I put that on my hand, and I put this on my hand, and this kind of just had a bit more of a tackier feel, and I love it. I really love it, but I sometimes forget to put it on. But I do think it's actually made a difference, so I'm really happy about that. Then I go in with my Bye Bye foundation by It Cosmetics. It's the oil-free matte, and it has the SPF 50 in it, and I've got it in the shade Medium Tan. And I love it with this brush. This is one of my favorite brushes of all times. It's a beautiful dome, but it's such a good buffing brush. And this is by Sephora, and it's the number 70 Pro Buffing. But it really is beautiful. And I do one pump of this, and I just kind of like dot it around my face. And then in circular motions, I buff it into my skin. And it just gives me such a beautiful, beautiful look, and spreads so easily, and just, I don't know, it blends it buffs it in. You can really push it into like the nooks and crannies of your face. It's really beautiful, really, really beautiful. I feel like most cream liquid foundations works beautifully with this brush, but I'm also very, very happy with this foundation. Like, it's medium coverage and looks really, really natural, and is a really great color for me. Like, I look at it sometimes and I think it's, well, on camera it looks lighter, but sometimes it looks like a little bit more glowy, and I'm like, oh, I have to wait until like I'm a bit more suntanned. But it's perfect. It's just melted into my skin, and I look really, really pretty good for it being a very light pump. Then I will go into my NARS palette, and this is the Hot Nights palette that I got last summer, and I use this mainly for the bronzer shade at the moment, which is, the bronzer is in Manihi. No, this one. And it's just a nice medium tone matte bronzer. Just definitely gives me like a little bit more of dimension and color. It kind of sculpts my face a little bit more. It's kind of annoying that my computer is changing light quite often. It is also not the best of days to kind of film either. I'm getting quite stormy. So that's that. And then for blush right now, I am using my Hourglass palette. This is the Ambient Lighting Edit Volume 4. And I'm using the strobe powder, the blush powder in Luminous Glow, which is this corally colour. And I just feel like this colour really emphasizes my cheeks and brings it out a little bit more. And I just do it on the apples of my cheeks. And I kind of like diffuse it out, but primarily focusing right on there. Okay, obviously going to use my NARS Pro Prime eyeshadow base. This is a smudge-proof eyeshadow base. It's the only one that works for me. I haven't ventured out to try any other brand, but this is just perfect. And I don't crease, and gosh, I can't even tell you how many I've gone through now throughout the years. They last really, really well. How often do I buy it? I feel like I buy one once a year, maybe twice a year probably, but yeah, it's brilliant. And then the simplest and easiest thing, the Wet n Wild palette. This is Rosé in the Air. It's such a unique color palette. It is not a choice I would have made. The only two colors that really spoke to me was this muted lilac and this camely color. I love this as like a crease color or a transition color. And I use this really big fluffy brush, which is the Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush. And I linked down Sigma things in my description bar. And you would think like, oh my goodness, that's such a strong, like weird, like color. But I just put it in my crease and it just, look what it does to my eyes. Like it really, really elevates them. I hope that was like enough to show you. And it's so easy with this big fluffy brush. You can be kind of like reckless with your shading, but it happens to like place the product exactly where you want to be without you trying hard. And I just kind of like diffuse it up to the corners. And it is just such a beautiful color. It really is. And then all I do with the same brush, I will go through the champagne color and a bit of this matte color, and I kind of tap her off. It does have a bit of fallout on there, but I don't care. And then I will just like blend it on my eyelids just so that they kind of like pop out as well. And it's such an easy, easy look. Obviously I'm talking, I'm showing you in slow motion, but it takes 2 seconds. And then I will go in with this, which is super annoying, the e.l.f. Black Pencil. It doesn't even have like a color, but it had this sharpener on it, which I thought was really cool. But obviously, as you can see, like a lot of it's stuck on. But I just need like a black pencil basically, and I'll just do my waterline. And then I will do like a little wing in the corner. Like really tiny. Sorry, I know when I bend the light kind of like changes up a bit. Okay, and then finally, mascara. I'm trying out the Inimitable Noir Black No. 10 by Chanel. And it's a very good mascara. I love how it looks like it's a squeezy tube, but it's hard. But it's a really nice comb sort of wand that has multiple bristles, but I feel like it really like goes through my lashes nicely. So I just comb through my lashes. And I don't let it set or go back, I just keep combing it through until I've got to the desired length and shape of that I really like of my lashes, and it's like completely coated. I feel like these, it's not like the wettest mascara, but it's also not dry, but it's definitely one that like you have to keep working at it to really like separate them and get a really nice result. This is probably the only thing that takes like the longest time, if you will. If I have time, then I'll really play with my lashes, because that I think is my favorite part of makeup. Okay, and then I do my bottom lashes. I just like completing that look. For me, it makes like such a difference if I don't. And I'll probably put like a selfie of what I look like on Instagram, so you can get a better look. Those are my lashes. I hope you can see. So that's about it. The only other thing is I would probably use a nice lip balm. But that's about it. Or maybe like a little lip liner. I think I'll just show you what my lip routine is, and it's a little sneak peek into the haul. So I have this Kylie Jenner lip liner. It's in Candy K. So if you have darker lips like me, this actually works really nicely. It gives you that rosy pink and like subdued like baby look. It's really pretty. And then I've just been using the Gucci lip gloss, which you can use for your eyes too. And I actually love the feel of this gloss. It's thick and nourishing and gives you such a beautiful pout. It's really, really nice. Like I was thinking like, oh, whatever, it's not gonna be anything special, but it's not like sticky. It feels like a lip balm. And yeah, just go through with like still the stamp blender, and I'll just maybe blend here and there a little bit, but it doesn't need it, to be honest. I kind of just do it to set. I just bought a setting mist to try out. So I was using the Morphe one, and I don't like it. As much as it's a beautiful fine mist, I didn't feel like it set my makeup at all. But this kind of just gets rid of like some excess stuff and like, I don't know, sets it in a little bit better. But that is my makeup look for at home and at work, and I really hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Take care. Bye.